Sound check, sound check. All right, this is really happening. Whew. I am so freaking nervous right now, and it's super weird because I'm the only person in this room. So yeah, let's go. Hey everybody, how are you doing? And welcome. This is the very first episode of Just Another Podcast with Mick. And yes, that's the name. That's the name of the podcast. It's Just Another Podcast. And yes, I am Mick. That is me. Okay, I'm super nervous right now. But before we get started, in this podcast, we're gonna be having drinks, you know. I mean, I'm gonna be having a drink at least. Feel free to have a drink as well. I'm super nervous, so I'm really hoping this will calm me down. Ooh, that's some ASMR goodness right there. That sounded so good. That captured that, right? All right. Oh yeah, by the way, I may look like a child, I may look like a 12-year-old, but I promise I am of drinking age. I'm actually a lot older than the drinking age. I'm 23, so it's fine. Okay, this is not a minor drinking on camera. Cheers. Captured my gulp. That's so weird. Okay. So first things first, why am I starting this podcast? Okay, why? Why are you doing this? Oh, okay. Calm down. Okay, so the reason why I'm starting this is because, you know, after 5 months in quarantine, I am 100% sure that I can hold a 10 to 15 minute conversation all by myself. Yes. Second thing is, in my previous video, it's called My Headspace. In this quarantine, I got a couple of comments. You know, somebody told me that I had a lovely voice. Oh, thank you. And another person told me that I had a very calming voice. So this is for you guys. I'm just kidding. But like, in all honesty, I'm gonna be super honest, that kind of pushed me to start this as well. Okay? That was kind of the push I needed. And the third and final thing, probably the most real thing, is I really want to try making new content. If you guys know, the past like 50 videos that I've uploaded, like 80 to 90% of those are travel and related to travel. So yeah, I've been wanting to try shooting different kinds of content, which I was able to because like in this quarantine, you know, just making most out of the bad situation, I was able to shoot like a lot of talking head videos, like me just talking to the camera, which I really enjoy because I don't know, they're a lot of fun and I'm really talkative. And I've been doing like silent vlogs, which is very new. It's very interesting to me because I can just focus on the shots, and focusing on the sound is a lot of fun too. So yeah, I've been wanting to try new content, making new content, hence this podcast. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't hate it. Okay. Whew. The nerves are going away a little bit. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about in this first episode is kind of like starting and how it's always the hardest part to any process. I kind of want to talk about like why I started vlogging in the first place, you know, and what pushed me towards that. And I talked about that in my very first vlog, which was a travel vlog in Hong Kong. So I'm going to talk about it again now. So the reason I started vlogging is, if you guys don't know, I am a dentistry student. I actually posted a video about that. I think that was like my 6th or 7th vlog. Go check it out if you want to. I was in my like around 4th year of college. It's called dentistry proper. And this is one of the hardest times within the course. Like, you barely have time for yourself. And that truly was the case for me. Because Monday to Friday, I would just, you know, all my time went to school. So that's like 7 to 5 class or lab. And then like 5 to 9 or maybe until 10, we'd stay at school doing our homework, our lab work, stuff like that. Basically, all of our time went to school, and then we'd go home late. I remember getting home at around 10, being super tired, and then having to study until like around like 1 a.m. And then waking up really early the next day to study again. Basically, it was just that. So that was like Monday to Saturday. That was the routine. And then Sunday, our one rest day, we would have to prepare for the upcoming week. So basically, like I barely had room to breathe. Yeah, I remember on Sundays I would just be super grouchy instead of spending time with my family, going out on Sundays, having fun. I would just be like stressing out. I remember breaking down in my room so many times. It was a pretty insane time in my life. That was such a long time ago, by the way. That was around 2017. And it is currently 2020. No, that was like, was that? It was early 2017, yeah. And it's 2020. It's been almost 4 years, and I haven't graduated. I'm gonna drink to that. Ooh! Anyway. So basically, it was that time in my life where I barely had time for myself. I was dedicating all of my time to school, and this was the first time I had failed a class. And this was a big moment for me because, I was never really a good student. I'm going to be honest. Grade school, high school, I kind of just like winged everything, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to do that in college as well. And college was just like completely different. I was culture shocked with the amount with the stuff that I had to do and all of that. So I had to adjust, and I really wanted to take it seriously. So I did. And the minute I failed, it was like, who am I? I had like the biggest existential crisis in that time because, I had put my entire being into school, and I still failed, and I wasn't even doing anything for myself anymore. Like, I was literally just going to school, do whatever I can, go home, study, and the same thing. I wasn't touching the guitar, I wasn't playing any video games, as in, wala, nothing. So when I failed, I was like, what am I gonna do, like, with myself? I wanted to do something, but like going back to playing guitar was just indulging in like video games wasn't doing the trick for me. I was just really, really upset in this time. So I thought to myself, like, what can I do to make me feel human again? I remember saying that, like, I want to feel human, and that was such a dramatic time in my life. But yeah, so at this time I was watching a lot of YouTube, Casey Neistat, Sam Colder, Peter McKinnon, Maddie Hapoya, just these really, really good creators. And I thought to myself, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can talk to a camera. Maybe I can shoot these kinds of videos. But going back to my first vlog, I don't think I did a very good job. I mean, I got a lot of comments on them telling me that it didn't look like my first vlog, but I watched it recently, and oh my god, what are you doing? It was so bad. Like, I was talking to the camera so slowly. Like, in my intro, like, I couldn't stand watching, like, why I was doing what I was doing. And, like, the transitions, it's just so cringy now. It's like, what are you doing? Stop! But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, that's growth, That's how you've gotten better, I guess. So I kind of want to delete it, but I also don't. So, yeah, that's why I started vlogging. I wanted a creative outlet, something I could do for me. But of course, while still focusing in school. But not succeeding. Just kidding. I'm gonna drink some more. Ooh, Sauvignon Blanc. One of my favorites. Anyway. And that's when I got into the whole travel thing. So, fun fact is, I used to hate traveling. I used to be that shut-in that wouldn't want to go outside. I wouldn't want to go to the mall. I would just like throw a tantrum when I was a kid. But then it was in 2016, we had gone to Japan for a family trip. This was like our first family trip in years. And I found myself having a really good time. I was like, hey, this is a lot of fun. I want to do this a lot more. So that's kind of when it all started. And then towards the end of 2017, I had a lot of trips lined up. 3. That isn't a lot. But yeah, I had 3 trips lined up. And I thought, why not vlog it? So that was around the time. that it happened. So that's why I started with travel vlogs, and it just kind of snowballed into that. I think the first time I uploaded a video was around November 20, I think, of 2017. And it's almost that time in 2020, so almost 3 years on the platform. Wow, it's been a really long time. So going back to wanting to make new content, it's because there are goods and bads of travel videos. Like, the goods are, every time I look back on one of my travel videos, I have a really, really fun time rewatching them. I mean, other than the cringe, of course. But it's a really good way to look back on something, not just photos. And I'm really happy when I rewatch some of my videos. Some, because the others are just so bad. But anyway, they're also bad. Like, it came to a point where I was just kind of unhappy trying to shoot a video because I knew it would stress me out so much, because I stress about a lot of stuff. Like, is this good enough? Was that good? Should I redo it? Like, I became such a drag to myself that there were times, like, for example, when I went to the States, we live in upstate New York, so that's like suburbs. It takes around 2 to 3 hours to get to the city. So sometimes we would go to the city for a weekend. And I could have made a video, but I didn't want to, because I just wanted to enjoy the trip without stressing about the shots, about so many things, stuff like that. And I also started to become a drag to the people I was with. Yeah, I mean, like, instead of just like enjoying the trip with me, they were waiting for me, and I would tell them to do this and do that. Basically, it became a big hassle. So yeah, that's why I want to make new content, because for the longest time I was reluctant to change the content, because I don't know, it seemed a little weird. Like, 90% of my videos are travel videos, and then, like, for me to suddenly talk about this or that, it just seemed like a weird change of pace, which is what I said earlier. I was able to make the most out of this bad situation by making different kinds of content, hence this podcast. So yeah, the hardest part is always starting. And that I remember, like, the first time I was gonna upload a video on YouTube, I was panicking. I was pacing back and forth my condo. I was just like, should I upload it? Oh my god. I was just like overthinking like crazy. And the minute I did it, it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing ever. So yeah, and honestly, like, thinking about starting this podcast, like, freaked me out a lot too, because I was thinking, are people going to watch it? Are people going to care about the things that I want to talk about? Stuff. There are just so many doubts running through my head, but I'm never going to know if I don't try. Right. I actually have a funny story. So I have a friend named Jenica. Jenica, if you're watching this, hello. But I doubt you are, because of this story. Okay. So we were talking on the phone. We were talking for more than maybe 10 minutes. More than that. And then I was talking to her about my videos. Hey, have you watched my latest video? But the videos that I've been uploading lately are around 5 to 7 minutes max. I tried to keep them as short as possible. So yeah. And then she goes, "Oh, yeah, I don't want to listen to you talk for too long." Something like that. She said something like that. And I'm just like, "Girl, we've been talking for more than 10 minutes. You're fine with that. Why won't you just watch the video?" And it was just really weird. But yeah, that was my problem. That was like my biggest doubt. Like, are people gonna watch this? Are people gonna care? But yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Get over the hardest part of the process, which is to start, And that's what I'm doing. Hence, the first episode. So I think I'm gonna end it there. I don't want to ramble on for too long. So yeah, how do you end a podcast? Oh, okay. If you guys are still watching this, hopefully you guys still are, leave some suggestions down below as to what you guys would want to see from this. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I'll just end it the way I usually end my videos. So that's pretty much that for this podcast. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.